Good morning, my name is Mike, and this is a 2022 Subaru Crosstrek, and today we're going to install a GKU D700 4K dash cam with a front and rear camera. I really like GKU, one of my favorite brands. Shouldn't be a problem. Apparently the camera is going all over the place. It shouldn't be a problem to install it in this car, so let's get to it, and when we're done, I'll show you what the footage looks like. 4K front only, super night vision, 170 degree front camera, 150 degree rear camera, and a free 64 gig card. All right, inside the box we have a manual. Oh, that is a real manual too. Comes in English, Dutch, Italian, French, and Spanish. In case you need to email them. These are mounting plates, I believe. So you put them on the windshield and then the camera on top of it. That's the camera itself. Over here we have power. So there's your power with a USB-A port attached to it. USB-C connector. Looks like a good length. I have a slight issue with the way this works. I would rather have a USB just plug in there in case I have to replace this cable, but that's easy to fix. Here we have the rear camera. Comes with some mounting hardware right there. Installation tool. And a couple of extra adhesives. Okay, main camera, the body. Oh, that is nice. Simple. So here's the main body. Got the front-facing camera under there. That's 4K. I'm not sure what that little spot right there is. On the bottom we have ventilation, a microphone, a reset button. Over here we have an AV slot for, I guess that's the rear camera. USB Type-C for power. And then there's your micro SD card. It can articulate a certain range. So if it's sitting on the windshield like this, it will go that far. Okay. And then the back display. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, let's take a quick look at the menu here.
Start recording.
Okay, so this is recording. That's a touch screen.
Video locked.
So that's the lock button.
Mute on.
That's to mute the audio.
Mute off. Stop recording.
Here's your settings. So we got Wi-Fi, playback, and settings. I want to go into the settings really quick. Resolutions, 4K on the front. When we add the back camera, that's going to change. Video segments, we're going to change to 3 minutes. Screen setup. So that means in 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to go to sleep. Date and time stamp. Well, you know what? That's just about right. We'll go to 12-hour. Time zone, we're -5 in New York City. The sensor, I'm going to put that on the lowest. And fatigue driving alerts, we're going to turn those completely off. Oh, there's so many settings here. Speed units are in kilometers. License plate won't worry about, language you won't worry about, light source won't worry about, volume, system settings, GPS. You are going to need to download the app, microphone, power on, ketone, GPS data. The software version is 2024, July 13th. Okay, we'll have to check for an update later. All right, that is that. Now,
Start recording.
so we're just going to test the rear camera here. Okay, so that's going to turn on. So yeah, there's two screens. So there's the one screen, top right, see it? That's this camera, once I take off this. Ta-da! And then that means both front and rear cameras are working. This is really long, this cable. What are we going to do with this? We're going to stash it somewhere in his car. This is rubbing alcohol. Yeah, I think right there will work the best. I have to come under here. And then I'm going to tuck it in here. And then up along here, through there, and then up here and over. See, we're getting really short now on this cable, eh? See how short it is now?
Damn. Are you saying we're gonna maybe have to adjust where we place it?
Yeah, I might go over here, like down here a bit. Like here. here, but I don't want to block that eyesight, so I might have to go here. That won't be in the way of the passenger per se. Here might work, because you got this part here with the dirt. The camera should bypass that. Now, due to the extreme cold and windy weather, I did have some difficulty with the audio of this section here, but the installation on Andre's 2022 Subaru went pretty smoothly. It's an easy dash cam to install. It does have a 4K front camera and a 1080 rear camera. It's a 3-inch touchscreen. It includes a 64 gig micro SD card and everything you need to get started. Overall, I would rate the difficulty level on this quite easy for installation. Basically, anyone can install this dash cam. Now, the rear camera does have a lot of cable. So depending on which vehicle you have, as you run that cable towards the back, you will need to find a spot to store all that cabling. So keep that in mind, because we had probably about 4 feet of excess cabling by the time we reached the rear of the car. So there's several ways of mounting this. I usually put it on the glass. Sometimes I'll screw it to the plastic.
I'm not as worried.
Then we gotta center it right about there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Whew. Chilly Willy. Problem is, you don't want to put it too close to the rear defroster lines, because they get really hot. So you try and keep the glue in between the two of them.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, if you turn the rear defroster on, sometimes it heats the glue up and causes it to fail you, but I don't think we'll have to worry about that. You may be readjusting this in the spring. I think for now it'll work. Woo! Okay. Turn it on. Just had to make sure it's right side up. Okay, let's take it out for a little spin here. This is the front-facing camera. It records in 4K at 3840 by 2160. Resolution, really impressive during the day. We'll pick up some license plates here in a second. Now this here is the rear camera. One thing we were not able to do, or that I forgot to do, was mirror it. So you can see that the license plate on this version is completely backwards. It's recording at 1920 by 1080, or basically high definition. A nice crisp picture during the day. Now at nighttime with the front camera, one thing I did notice is that if you look to the left, you'll see the one license plate is legible. The license plate directly in front of us is not. And I'm wondering if that's because the headlights on it make the reflection too bright, or maybe they might have a plate cover which makes it more difficult to read. Let's try a few other night shots here. Even these license plates here are difficult to read, so I'm wondering if it's the camera itself or maybe the angle it's on. Now as we pull into this drive-through, you'll notice that we can actually read the license plate of the vehicle in front of us. No problems. So maybe it was a plate cover, or maybe it was just a matter of the lights were hitting that license plate and causing it to be a blinding glare. Let's go check out the rear camera here at night. Now one problem in Canada is that in the winter, in this case, there's a lot of salt and grime and dirt on the roads, so the back windows are going to get filthy, which is going to make everything a bit washed out and difficult to see in the first place. But I do find this camera here to be just a little grainy for my personal choices. As we come around this corner and we start driving past all of these vehicles, now you can't see any license plates on them, but this BMW pulling up behind us, we can read the plates really clearly. And if you look closely, you'll notice that this guy is wearing a Halloween mask for some reason. What the heck is up with that? Is that even legal? I would classify this as a budget dash cam, and the features that you're getting for that price I would rate as excellent. The camera itself, the front-facing camera, I would rate as just slightly above average. I'm having trouble reading license plates at night as well as street signs. Not that you need to have those, because that's where the microphone comes in handy. You can always recite into the microphone of what you see. I use that feature quite often on my car. The rear camera I would rate as below average, but at this price point, it can support up to a 512 gig card. You're getting a front camera, a rear camera, and a really easy install on a dash cam. This is really a great buy if this is going to be your first dash cam or if you're looking for something within a reasonable price range.
That was easy peasy. I really enjoy installing the GKU cameras. They're one of my favorites. And if you did find this video useful, I have a whole playlist right here of other dash cam installs. Now keep in mind that GKU did send me this dash cam in exchange for a fair and honest review. There's no money exchanged. I will leave the link to it below. If you find it useful, click on the link. That's how I get paid. And wait until you see the next video.